Some new trucks don't just depreciate, they collapse. Owners who bought these pickups in 2024 and 2025 have watched $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000 evaporate in less than 3 years. Not because of age, not because of miles, because nobody wants them anymore. One truck on this list lost 37% of its value in the first 12 months. Another has been discontinued entirely, taking its resale value down with it. And here's the shocking part. Some of these wear badges you'd never expect. Today, I'm counting down the 12 pickups with the worst depreciation in America. Number 1 will genuinely blow your mind. Let's go from bad to absolute disaster. Number 12, Ford Maverick Hybrid 2022 to 2025. The Maverick Hybrid was supposed to be Ford's perfect little truck. Cheap, efficient, hybrid technology. 88% of owners said they'd buy it again. So what happened to its resale value? The market flooded. Ford ramped up Maverick production dramatically in 2024 and 2025 to meet demand. And then demand cooled overnight. Here's the brutal math. A 2022 Maverick Hybrid that stickered near $26,000 now trades in the $16,000 to $18,000 range in early 2026. That's roughly 35% depreciation on a truck barely 3 years old. Not catastrophic by luxury standards, but painful when you paid retail during the initial shortage period. The problem is simple. Every dealer in America now has Mavericks sitting on the lot. Ford incentives on new units have crushed used prices. Buyers who paid $5,000 to $8,000 over MSRP in 2022 to jump the wait list are now watching those premiums vanish along with their equity. What felt like a win 2 years ago now feels like a loss on paper. Fuel economy of 37 miles per gallon and Consumer Reports reliability of 59 out of 100 are genuinely impressive. But the used market doesn't care about impressive. It cares about supply and demand. And right now, there are simply too many Mavericks chasing too few buyers across every major dealer network. For anyone shopping used, this depreciation actually creates opportunity. Just don't be the person who paid over sticker 2 years ago. Next, a full-size Ram that costs pennies on the dollar in 2026. Number 11, Ram 1500 Classic, 2019 to 2024. The Ram 1500 Classic is one of the strangest trucks on the American market. It's a 2019 era truck that Ram kept selling alongside the newer 1500 as a budget option. Fleet operators loved it, bargain hunters loved it, and the used market absolutely destroyed it. Real depreciation data shows the Ram 1500 Classic losing 48.1% of its value over 5 years. One of the worst rates in the entire full-size segment. That translates to about $18,634 gone in 5 years on a truck that started around $40,000. Every year, the gap between what owners paid and what they can sell for gets wider. The problem is the truck itself. Older interior design, dated infotainment technology, a powertrain lineup that competitors leapfrogged years ago. When used buyers cross-shop a Classic against a same-year F-150 or Silverado, the F-150 wins on features every single time. Fleet incentives made things worse. Ram sold Classics to commercial buyers at deep discounts, sometimes $10,000 below sticker. When wholesale prices start that low, used values start even lower. The depreciation curve was set from day one. Ram finally killed the Classic after 2024. That announcement should have stabilized used values, but it did the opposite. Discontinued trucks lose parts confidence fast. If you own one, this depreciation curve isn't done falling yet. Next, a premium GMC that took an unexpected hit. Number 10, GMC Sierra 1500, 2022 to 2025. GMC's whole marketing strategy is convincing you that a Sierra is worth more than a Silverado. Same platform, same engines, same everything mechanical. But with premium leather, a Denali badge, and a $10,000 price premium at the dealer. That premium looks great on the showroom floor. It disappears on the used market. KBB data shows the 2023 Sierra 1500 losing approximately 46% of its value in just 3 years. That's about $15,949 gone on the base trims. The Denali and Denali Ultimate take the hardest losses because they started higher. A fully loaded Denali Ultimate that's stickered at $85,000 can now be found in the $45,000 range on the used market in 2026. The problem is simple. Used truck buyers don't pay GMC premiums. They cross-shop a Sierra Denali against a Silverado High Country and realize both trucks have the same engine, same transmission, and same interior features underneath the badge. Then they buy the cheaper Chevy. Add in the current V8 lifter collapse problem, hitting the 6.2-liter V8 engines, and used Sierra prices are under real pressure. GM's nationwide stop sale orders on affected trucks spooked buyers away from the entire full-size segment during 2024 to 2025. Denali owners are learning the hardest lesson in used truck buying. Premium badges don't hold premium value on the resale market. The mechanical twin situation crushes both trucks equally. Next, the same problem on the slightly cheaper Chevrolet version. Number 9, Chevrolet Silverado, 1,500 2022 to 2025. The Chevy Silverado 1,500 has one big advantage over the GMC Sierra. It's $10,000 cheaper to start. That difference should have protected Silverado resale values. Instead, both trucks are dropping together at similar rates. The Silverado loses about 41.5% of its value over 5 years, which translates to roughly $15,367 for the average buyer. Here's why the Silverado hurts so badly. Chevy sold enormous volumes of these trucks. Every fleet, every rental company, every dealer in America has Silverados. When supply is that big, used values compress fast. The 6.2-liter V8 lifter collapse problem hasn't helped. Nationwide stop sale orders on affected trucks scared buyers away from the entire lineup. Even Silverados with the reliable TurboMax 4-cylinder saw resale prices drop because buyers couldn't easily tell which trucks were affected and which weren't. Real transaction data shows 2023 Silverado 1500 LT trims that stickered near $50,000 now trading in the $32,000 to $36,000 range in early 2026. That's steeper than the Ford F-150 loses in the same period. The F-150 holds value better because Ford refreshes the platform more aggressively and drives brand loyalty harder. For Silverado owners planning to trade in, the numbers are painful. For used buyers willing to accept the previous owner's depreciation, this is where the deals live. Next, the truck that leads the entire domestic full-size segment in bad depreciation. Number 8, Ram 1500, 2022 to 2025. The Ram 1500 might surprise some buyers on this list because it remains one of the most popular trucks on American roads. Popular does not mean good resale value. Ram 1,500 depreciation runs approximately 45% over 3 years according to Kelley Blue Book. That's about $32,000 shed on trucks that stickered around $70,000. Heavy dealer incentives are the main problem. Ram trucks are frequently available with $8,000 to $12,000 off MSRP, sometimes even more in slow sales months. When buyers never actually pay sticker, the used market baseline starts artificially low. Every discount from day one steepens the depreciation curve. The reliability record makes things worse. Consumer Reports gave the 2025 Ram 1500 a reliability score of 37 out of 100, the lowest of any new full-size pickup. Air suspension failures, Uconnect infotainment glitches. Documented instrument cluster recalls where drivers can't see their speed or fuel level. Used buyers see those problems and offer less. Stellantis losing $24 billion in 2025 overall isn't helping either. When the parent company is in financial trouble, used buyers factor in warranty risk. A used Ram becomes a bet on Stellantis' survival, and buyers price that bet by paying less upfront. Owners who paid $70,000 in 2023 are watching their trucks sell for $38,000 today. That's brutal math. Next, a truck that Nissan literally killed off entirely. Number 7, Nissan Titan 2020 to 2024. Nissan's Titan tried for 20 years to compete with the F-150 and Silverado. It never really succeeded. In 2024, Nissan finally gave up and discontinued the Titan and Titan XD entirely. That decision was rational business, but it triggered one of the worst depreciation stories in modern truck history for anyone who owned one. Autoblog data shows the standard Titan losing an average of 48.1% of value over 5 years, while it's about $22,459 on trucks that started near $47,000. That's already terrible. Yeah, then the discontinuation news made it worse. Discontinued trucks lose parts confidence, dealer support, and buyer trust all at once. Here's what makes the Titan story particularly painful. The truck itself isn't bad. The 5.6-liter V8 produces 400 horsepower and pulls 11,000 pounds. The interior is comfortable, reliability is decent, but when nobody's making them anymore, used buyers walk into showrooms and see F-150s, or Silverados sitting right next to Titans at similar prices, and the domestic trucks always win. Fleet operators who bought Titans in bulk for commercial use are now dumping inventory. Rental companies liquidating fleets adds thousands of units to the wholesale market. Every additional Titan for sale pushes prices lower for every other Titan on the market. Ownership isn't a nightmare. Parts are still available for now. But the depreciation curve is aggressive and getting steeper. Next, the heavy-duty version that hit even harder. Number 6, Nissan Titan XD, 2020 to 2024. Everything wrong with the standard Titan hit even harder on the Titan XD. Autoblog data shows the Titan XD losing 47.9% of value over 5 years. A massive $25,306 in raw dollars because the Titan XD started at higher prices. It's the same problem as the Ram 1500 Classic. High MSRP plus heavy incentives plus low buyer confidence equals brutal depreciation. Nissan designed the Titan XD to sit between a half-ton and a three-quarter-ton pickup. That middle ground positioning never resonated with truck buyers. If you needed serious towing, you bought a Silverado 2500 HD or F 250. If you didn't, you bought a standard half-ton. The Titan XD occupied a market segment that didn't really exist. Kelley Blue Book pegs a 5-year-old Titan XD at just $22,400 on today's market. That's roughly what buyers now expect to pay for a truck that stickered close to $50,000 just 5 years ago. The discontinuation confirmation from Nissan accelerated the decline. Once buyers knew the platform had no future, resale values fell off a cliff. The Cummins 5.0-liter V8 turbo diesel offered in earlier Titan XDs was genuinely impressive, but even that couldn't save resale values once the discontinuation news hit. Diesel enthusiasts are a small buyer pool, and most already own Rams or Ford F-250S. For anyone who owns a Titan XD, the smart move now is holding it as long as it runs. Selling in 2026 means eating a massive loss. Next, an electric truck that just watched its whole future collapse. Number 5, Ford F-150, Lightning 2022 to 2025. Ford promised the F-150 Lightning would change the electric pickup game forever. Presidential test drives, massive marketing, sold-out reservations. Then reality hit hard. The Lightning now loses approximately 48% of its value in the first 2 to 3 years, one of the steepest depreciation curves for any electric vehicle currently sold in America. Here's the shocking part. A 2022 or 2023 Lightning that sold new at $70,000 now trades in the low $40,000s. That's $30,000 evaporated in less than 3 years. For buyers who paid over sticker during the initial waitlist rush, dollar losses of $25,000 plus in under 3 years are common. Ford made the situation worse by aggressively cutting new Lightning prices multiple times in 2023 and 2024. Every price cut instantly erased equity for existing owners. When Ford dropped $10,000 off the new sticker overnight, every used Lightning above that price point lost the same amount of value on the same day. Then came the strategic bombshell. In late 2025, Ford confirmed it was pivoting away from the current Lightning platform toward hybrid and extended-range electric trucks. That announcement told used buyers everything they needed to know. This platform has no future investment. Used values took another leg down. The Lightning isn't a bad truck. It just became a warning sign for anyone thinking about buying an electric pickup at full retail price. Next, a Chevy EV that dropped faster than analysts predicted. Number 4. Chevrolet Silverado EV 2024 to 2025. The Silverado EV entered the electric truck market with massive expectations and a matching price tag. Early RST First Edition models stickered at $94,500. GM promised revolutionary technology and industry-leading range. Then the market spoke. Early depreciation data shows 2024 Silverado EVs trading at roughly 55% to 60% of their original MSRP after just 2 years. Real numbers hit hardest at the top trims. A Silverado EV RST that stickered around $75,000 in 2024 can now be found in the low $40,000 on the used market in 2026. That's $30,000 to $35,000 in raw dollar losses in just 24 months. First edition buyers who paid over $90,000 are looking at even bigger paper losses. The problem is complex. GM has slowed Silverado EV production significantly across 2025. Dealer inventory sits for months. GM Financial has aggressive lease residuals on paper, but real-world used prices tell a different story. When wholesale auctions show trucks selling for far below residual values, that gap becomes GM's problem, not the buyer's. High-trim RST models with large wheels and premium options take the biggest dollar losses. Work Truck WT trims fare slightly better in percentage terms because they appeal to fleet buyers who prioritize function over flash. For anyone who bought a Silverado EV RST at retail, the smart move now is holding it as long as the warranty lasts. Selling it means accepting brutal losses. Next, the electric truck GM built to be a spectacle and turned into a depreciation disaster. Number 3. GMC Hummer EV 2022 to 2025. The Hummer EV was supposed to be GM's electric halo truck. 1,000 horsepower, 11,500 pound-feet of torque, crab walk mode, removable roof panels, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds, all wrapped in a 9,000-pound package that stickered north of $110,000. GM built it to be the coolest electric pickup on the road. It became a depreciation lesson instead. CarEdge data shows the Hummer EV pickup depreciating 40% after just 5 years. And that number understates the actual dollar losses. A Hummer EV 3X that stickered near $110,000 can shed $30,000 to $40,000 in the first 3 years alone. That's more money than most Americans spend on an entire vehicle. The problem is niche appeal. The Hummer EV is enormous. It doesn't fit in most residential garages. It doesn't fit in normal parking spaces. Its 9,000-plus pound weight destroys tires, brake pads, and any road it drives on. Real-world range while towing collapses far below advertised numbers. The buyer pool for a $110,000 electric truck that only makes sense as a lifestyle statement is genuinely small. GM has slowed Hummer EV production dramatically in 2025. Reduced production sometimes helps resale, but in this case, the broader story of GM scaling back its EV ambitions makes prospective buyers cautious. Battery replacement costs on a 200-plus kilowatt-hour pack are terrifying if the warranty expires. For anyone who bought a Hummer EV at retail, the depreciation curve isn't done falling. Next, the electric truck darling that couldn't outrun the EV market crash. Number 2. Rivian R1T 2022 to 2025. Rivian was supposed to be different. Beautiful design, cult-like owner satisfaction, tank turn feature, off-road capability that genuinely rivaled the Ford Raptor. Owner satisfaction scored 5 out of 5, the highest possible rating. Then the depreciation data landed, and even the loyalists went quiet. Real used market data shows launch edition and quad motor R1T trucks that originally stickered in the $80,000 to $90,000 range, now trading in the $55,000 to $70,000 range in 2026. That's $25,000 to $30,000 gone in less than 3 years. Percentage-wise, that's better than the Lightning. But the raw dollar losses are catastrophic because Rivians started so expensive. Here's the paradox. Rivian owner satisfaction remains the highest in the electric truck segment. Consumer Reports still gives the R1T a 13 out of 100 reliability score, but owners genuinely love their trucks. Then the trucks break, need weeks in the shop, and the resale story keeps getting written. Rivian's financial situation makes things worse. The company lost $5.6 billion in 2024 alone. Emergency funding from Volkswagen may keep the company alive through 2026, but every used buyer factors that risk into the offer. Buying a $70,000 truck from a manufacturer that might not exist in 5 years is a scary proposition, so prices adjust downward. Multiple recalls in 2024 and 2025 for airbags, suspension, and charging systems shook confidence further. Next, the truck that lost the most value fastest in modern American truck history. Number 1, Tesla Cybertruck 2024 to 2025. This is it. The single fastest depreciating pickup truck in America right now. First-year depreciation data shows the Cybertruck losing 37% to 38% of its value within the first 12 months of ownership. Read that again. Not 5 years, not 3 years, 12 months. That's one of the steepest first-year drops in modern automotive history for any vehicle in any category. Here's what makes it worse. Foundation Series buyers who paid approximately $100,000 in 2024 are now seeing trade-in offers land in the mid-$60,000. That's $30,000 to $40,000 in paper losses in less than 2 years. Some early buyers who paid over sticker during the initial hype phase are staring at losses north of $50,000 on a single vehicle purchase. Tesla cut Cybertruck prices multiple times since launch. Each cut instantly erased equity for existing owners. Sales volume collapsed from roughly 39,000 units in 2024 to about 20,000 units in 2025, meaning Tesla missed its original 250,000 annual target by more than 90%. Then came the recalls, stainless steel body panels flying off at highway speeds, stuck accelerator pedals, drive inverter failures, rearview cameras going blank. Multiple federal recall campaigns shattered buyer confidence in the entire program. Newer 2025 and 2026 production runs actually improved in quality, creating the strange situation where later trucks are more desirable than earlier ones. Foundation buyers who paid the biggest premium now sit on the worst trucks with the worst resale values. This isn't just depreciation, this is the biggest paper loss disaster in modern pickup truck history. 12 trucks. 12 depreciation disasters, from the Cybertruck losing 37% in 1 year to the Titan XD becoming worthless overnight to entire electric truck platforms getting abandoned by their manufacturers. If you're shopping in 2026, this list isn't just a warning, it's an opportunity. Some of these trucks are actually great buys at half their original sticker price. Which one shocked you most? Drop your pick in the comments below.